Alright. Welcome back to Hero Class Anime Review Episode number 9. Well, we're reviewing the ninth episode of the series, Flight Race. So, we start out with Renair attempting to cook a fish on the stove. Of course, Ariel's little sister kept calling her a big cow. Because the fact she's got a big chest, even though her mom's got a big chest too. And also it's implied Renair's got a thing for Ariel. I'm like, I should point out though, Ariel basically currently has, as of this very episode, he has approximately 4 women who want to be with him. Only one woman he's serious, it seems like it's implied he may have a thing for Renair, but it's not really very clear with that. So it's very brief. And then we cut straight back to the Magical City, where Ariel basically is asking, he's basically walking with the instructor of the, I think it was the green school? No, it was the blue school, I think it was, where to take a functional exam. But the interrogation from the instructor, she's reluctant, but it being mock combat, you can take the thing. And he does. Basically a bunch of ice magic thrown at her, like ice edges and a lance, and the feats her, and he could take the exam no problem. And May 2nd grade makes him like, okay, 2 down, 4 to go. And in the case of the green school, well, this one particularly, he doesn't have to get a recommendation from the instructors. He has to get a recommendation from the headmaster, which of course can't interrupt him during school business. So, luck out of Colette comes the interesting idea of participating in the flight race. And you're thinking, flight race, because it's magic, and it's sort of a Harry Potter inspired schools. Are we going to get them flying broomsticks? Nope. No broomstick flying. Despite the fact it's be obvious. Nope. It's just natural flying, of course. Yep. So, Selleck is back from the previous episode, and they do the flying with their hands behind their back, which doesn't seem a bit natural to do for flying. The flying I've seen anyways. I mean, it doesn't look, like I said, it does not look natural to fly that way. I've seen in fiction. Because you probably would think, basically, like, I think maybe the reason why the arms get ripped off, per se, but Toad Up the Superman, who flies like this all the time, I think even Astro Boy does that too. Yes, I've seen images of Astro Boy flying like that. He has his arms basically forward, which is fun. And they fly around the school, and of course, Swift first, Suggs that keep up, and then once they leave the school outside, many of the students are dropped in the water. And then there's also this, I think like a high-level student named Diane, where I think she's got peach hair, where she kind of looks like, I kid you not, I look at this girl, she looks like Hermione, except with different hair color. And when Arya wears his robe, it seems like it's like these robes are inspired by Hogwarts robes. It's like they did this arc purely because, and this is my personal theory, still to this day, the Harry Potter franchise is still popular. The popularity is not dying down ever since the last movie or the last book was released. I mean, heck, they're doing a remake TV show with a brand new, basically brand new Dumbledore. Which a friend of mine basically suggests, why couldn't they just, because they shot this prior to the man's death, why couldn't they bring back the previous actor? Well, probably because of the universe, per se. And probably also because they didn't want to replace the actor, because he just passed away. They did that with the movies, not going to do that again with the TV show. So, one guy. So, in the case of basically, they fly around the school, and, of course, Silicon's all behind, and then Ariel wins. After taking a quarter of the episode doing his flight, he wins first place, Dione gets second place, and Silic gets third place. He gets awards from the headmaster. He asks the master, he asks the headmaster if he can take the emotional exam. He's like, sure, no problem. And that wraps up the episode. He's like, 3 more to go, which means he has left is just black, white, and yellow. Now, in the case of the yellow ones, white and yellow, we don't see exactly what the students look like per se, or what the instructors look like. In the case of black one, well, they have no regular curriculum. They just show up and do studying. That's all they do. I'm sure probably black would be easy, because all they do is study. Yeah, but we'll find out next week with that one. And like I said, there's only... Now, in the case of how many episodes left to go for the season, there's like 3 left. Like, 3? Already? Yes. Also, starting not this coming Sunday, but the last Sunday of this month, November 30th, which would be the following Sunday, actually, I just found out that finally, they're finally doing this. Disney took their sweet time doing this. The Dove One Punch Man's coming out. And I commented, like, about time. The show is, like, about half a dozen episodes in. It's no dub yet. Like in the case of Bleach, it didn't take this long. Like, it did for the most recent core, but not the first 2 cores. No, it took, like, maybe, like, a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks maybe, but not, like, over a month. Yeah. And looking forward to watching that one. That'll probably be the one going into like 2026. Probably like the only anime. Probably only anime to go into 2026 because dub came in late. Yeah. I'll talk more about that soon. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up we have is a comic corner, and I'm calling it a night. Okay, next video. Bye.